Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into the groundbreaking insights of Brainmaker by Dr. David Perlmutter, a neurologist and influential thought leader in the field of neurological health, and co-author Kristin Loberg, a seasoned writer and editor with an extensive portfolio in health and science literature. The book uncovers the critical link between our body's microbiome, the vast community of bacteria residing in our gut, and our overall health, emphasizing how our brain's well-being, including disorders like Alzheimer's, is intertwined with these microscopic inhabitants. Brainmaker brings to light compelling evidence that simple dietary choices have profound implications for staving off diseases and enhancing well-being. Crafted for individuals aiming to elevate their health, parents seeking answers for their children's medical issues, and healthcare professionals exploring alternative health strategies. This book serves as an essential guide to harnessing the power of the gut-brain connection. Join us as we summarize the key takeaways from Brainmaker, unveiling how nurturing your microbiome can lead to a healthier, more vibrant life. With Dr. Perlmutter's distinguished expertise, president of the Perlmutter Health Center and author of the bestseller Grain Brain, alongside Kristin Loberg's acclaimed editorial experience in top-tier publications and best-selling collaborations. This episode promises to enrich your understanding and inspire transformation in your approach to health. Brainmaker, the power of gut microbes to heal and protect your brain for life. Introduction. Unveiling the secret to optimal health, the gut-brain connection. Picture this. The bustling metropolis within you, your gut microbiome, holds astonishing power over your well-being. Imagine billions of microscopic inhabitants shaping not just the fate of your stomach, but steering the course of your overall health, right up to your brain. It's a narrative that might sound like science fiction, but in reality, it's the groundbreaking connection between your gut and a host of diseases that could be lurking in the shadows. What if I told you that the epidemics of Alzheimer's, autism, depression, and obesity might find their adversary in these minuscule gut dwellers? The plot thickens as we discover that the state of our cognitive realms could, in fact, be intricately tied to the belly's biotic brigade. These gut bacteria are industrious little alchemists, converting food into vitamins, acting as gatekeepers against infections, and safeguarding our internal territories from inflammations that lead to chaos and disease. But wait, there's more. You hold the scepter of influence over your microbial kingdom. The steering wheel is right at your fingertips, embedded in the very decisions you make about what crosses your lips. Venturing deeper into this script, we unveil that not all dining decisions are created equal. Discover, for instance, how the seemingly innocent plastic around your everyday items might be marshalling an army against your waistline. Peek into the promise of good gut flora potentially quelling the symptoms of autism spectrum disorders. And for the Epicureans, relish in the revelation that a flavorful curry rich with turmeric isn't just a feast for your taste buds, but possibly a boon to your brain's expansion. Embrace this journey into the microscopic universe within, and find yourself equipped not just with knowledge, but with actionable insights into how you might tip the scales towards vitality and away from ailment. We're delving into a saga where every bite, every snack, every mouthful could be the turning point towards mastering the art of disease prevention, all by nurturing the bustling life in our guts. If the adage is true, and the shortest route to one's heart is through their stomach, it seems it might just be the passage to a realm of healthier living, too. Part 1. Microscopic creatures in your gut, the invisible architects of your weight. Imagine your body as a teeming metropolis, where trillions of bacteria hold sway over something as tangible as your waistline. Picture these not-so-weeny inhabitants deciding the fate of your figure. It's a lesser-known tale, yet one that holds a pivotal role in determining whether we tip the scales or maintain a svelte silhouette. These gut inhabitants come in a variety of types, but two bacterial bigwigs Firmicutes and Bacteroidetes are the head honchos, responsible for around 90% of your gut's bustling activity. Now, scientists haven't cracked the code on the perfect proportion between these bacterial heavyweights, but there's compelling evidence that an excess of firmicutes may cast an ominous shadow over your health, potentially propelling you towards the realm of inflammation and obesity. Firmicutes, think of them as master energy extractors, coaxed calories out of every morsel. Simply meaning, the more of them you have, the more energy you absorb. Bacteroidetes, on the other hand, seem less interested in calories and more in breaking down fibers and starches. This bacterial balance has caught the eye of researchers. At Harvard, they zeroed in on the obesity microbiome link by comparing people from Western countries with those from Africa, where obesity is notably scarce. This allowed them to unearth something striking. African individuals carried more Bacteroidetes within their systems, while Western counterparts had armies of calorie-hoarding firmicutes. The suggestion? These firmicutes may be playing a role in the Western world's obesity surge. But the narrative doesn't stop at weight management. These microbes, akin to unsung heroes, extend their protective reach to your liver, the organ tasked with purging environmental toxins from your system. Here's the plot twist. Your gut earns its moniker as the second liver by hosting microbes that neutralize toxins the moment they hit the intestines. They're like the advance guard, shielding the liver and allowing it to breathe a bit easier, revving up for its detox duties. As the story unfolds, the implications echo profoundly. It suggests a silent partnership between the microscopic and the human, one where each bite and each choice may tip the scales between health and harm, all orchestrated by the invisible governors of our gut. Part 2. Flames Within. Understanding. When our body's defense mechanism turns against us, imagine your body as a fortress. An invader approaches, as minor as an insect bite. The redness and itching that follow are the heralds of inflammation, your body's knights rallying to defend against the assault. Inflammation is not just a reaction, it's a call to arms, a signal of your immune system mustering its forces to shield you from harm. In perfect harmony, this defensive act is intricate yet beneficial. However, there are times when the knights become overzealous, lost in their fervor to protect, and instead they wreak havoc within the walls they once defended. This chronic inflammation is an internal fire that, instead of safeguarding us, ignites pathways to a plethora of diseases, including diabetes, cancer, asthma, arthritis, and even the enigmatic multiple sclerosis. One might wonder what ignites this relentless flame within us. Sometimes there's a whisper of genetic influence at play. Certain genes are like dormant volcanoes capable of spewing inflammation, but they require a spark, a trigger to erupt. The silver lining is found in the rhythms of our daily lives, how we rest, how we eat. The right habits can keep these dangerous genes in slumber while bolstering the more benevolent ones. Another instigator lies in our bloodstream, an excess of sugar. Elevated blood sugar levels can be insidious, functioning like a toxin if our cells are overwhelmed and unable to metabolize the influx. This crisis leads to a sinister process called glycation, where sugar unceremoniously binds with proteins or fats, fostering a buildup of advanced glycation end products known as AGEs. These AGEs act as fire starters, beckoning inflammation to spread. While a pinch of inflammation can be a formidable ally in our fight against illness, an overflow can be destructive, tipping the balance from health to hurt. Yet there's another chapter in the tale of inflammation. This one involves the microbiome, the community within our gut that holds the astonishing potential to spur inflammation that might reach as far as our mental landscape, an enthralling connection unveiled in the revelations to come. Part 3. From Gut to Brain, the critical pathway that influences your mental health. The intricate dance between our mental faculties and our digestive tract is one of nature's most delicate pas de deux. Our gut, a walled garden flourishing with its own complex ecosystem, the microbiome, can send ripple effects cascading towards the citadel of our consciousness, the brain. Should this visceral environment skew from its harmonious balance, it can sound the alarm for potential cerebral distress. Throughout the day, the gut's primary role is to sift through the food we ingest, extracting life-sustaining nutrients. But it doesn't stop there. Now, thrust into the role of a guardian, the gut arms itself with a battalion of cells forming a barrier, tasked with accepting the good and repelling the bad. This barrier does not merely filter our meals, it's the rampart that keeps hostile microbial invaders at bay. But let's imagine these walls begin to crumble. The protective cell barrier suffers breaches, and the gut falls into a state of inflammation, teetering on the edge of becoming leaky. This weakened state is an open door for maladies, a gateway through which trouble may advance into our bodily realm and incite diseases that claim far more than our digestive comfort. Here's where the plot thickens. Recent research draws a chilling parallel between a gut in duress and a vulnerable brain, the prospect of a leaky brain. Previously crowned as impregnable, protected by the mighty blood-brain barrier, we now face the possibility that this sovereign organ could be susceptible to the same insidious bacteria lurching within an afflicted gut. Bad microbes taking up residence in the brain. The mere thought stirs up images of inflammation sparking silently within the brain's folds. Without the telltale signs of pain or visible distress, for the brain lacks its own sentinels to signal agony, inflammation can run amok, an undetected saboteur paving the treacherous path towards debilitating neurological disorders such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and casting a pall over one's emotional landscape with depression. This dialogue between the gut and the brain might be just the key we need to deciphering illnesses once viewed as impervious puzzles. Even conditions like autism, previously shrouded in mystery, might find their threads entangled with the happenings of our gut's microbiome, a narrative to be further explored as we journey deeper into the mind-gut connection. Part 4. Exploring the gut's role in shaping the autism spectrum. The enigma of autism spectrum disorder, ASD, has long baffled scientists. Its causes are shadowy, and a cure remains elusive. Yet, casting our eyes toward the bustling world of the gut microbiome could shine a light on this perplexing condition. Our journey now takes us to a domain where early brain development interlocks with the universe of microbes residing in our bellies. ASD manifests in a tapestry of ways. Some individuals find social interactions challenging, retreating from eye contact and the shared spaces of human connection, while others may engage in repetitive motions or struggle to communicate wants and needs. Underlying these external behaviors may be the hidden machinations of the gut bacteria. The plot thickens as we consider the possibility that disruptions in the gut's microbial balance can echo within the brain, inducing inflammation that derails the delicate developmental process of childhood, thereby laying the foundation for ASD. The evidence is intriguing. Patterns of bacteria in the gut, known for waving the banner of inflammation, are often present in individuals with ASD. This was the case for a young boy named Jason, who, from infancy, grappled with multiple rounds of antibiotics, likely shifting his gut ecology. By the time Jason had reached the age of 10, tests revealed a conspicuous absence of lactobacillus, a benevolent bacterial ally. In his digestive system, interventions targeting the gut offer rays of hope. When we infuse the gut with friendly probiotics and bolster it with vitamins, we might just pave the way for a flourishing microbiome, and with it, mitigated symptoms of autism. Jason's story is one of transformation. Just weeks after commencing therapy aimed at his gut microbiome, he displayed a retreat in his anxiety and achieved a milestone in his independence, tying his shoelaces solo for the first time. Advances in treatment such as fecal microbial transplants, the act of infusing a patient's colon with stool bacteria from a healthy source, have opened new frontiers. This procedure brings with it the promise of rejuvenating a beleaguered gut microbiome, illuminating a path forward that is fecund with potential. As we navigate the complexities of ASD and the myriad ways in which our gut can influence our overall well-being, the imperative question emerges. How can we nurture the flourishing garden of our gut microbiome to its utmost vitality? Part 5. Navigating the sugary minefield of modern diets. Sugar. It's the alluring devil disguised as culinary delight, and at the heart of the mischief we find fructose. This particular sugar, now woven into the very fabric of our Western diets, lurks in the jars and bottles of our pantries, dressed as sodas, sweets, and processed foods, a true modern-day dietary scoundrel. Fructose has indeed claimed its throne as one of the leading calorie sources in the land of processed abundance. The arithmetic is simple yet startling. A mere can of soda, around 350 milliliters, serves up a staggering 140 calories in the guise of this sweet interloper, while a medium-sized crisp apple is a more measured source, offering only half the fructose payload. Deceptive is its nature, for fructose boasts the lowest glycemic index among its sweet brethren, creating an illusion of benignity with its lack of immediate repercussions on our blood sugar and insulin. But pull back the curtain, and research reveals a disquieting connection. A fructose-laden diet entwines itself with insulin resistance, where insulin's crucial role of managing glucose is impaired, casting ominous shadows of diabetes and hypertension. Fructose, in excess, is not merely a weight on your waistline, it lays siege on your liver, compelling this organ to convert it primarily into fat, a metabolic onslaught impacting your health at its core. And then there's gluten, a protein adding stretch and chew to our doughs, quietly omnipresent in our favorite breads, pastries, and hidden in countless products from ice cream to beauty creams. For a small fraction, gluten is a known adversary, triggering the autoimmune response of celiac disease. Yet beyond this, a larger audience may unknowingly waltz with gluten sensitivity, an invisible dance partner that evokes inflammation, silently setting the stage for diverse illnesses. With the trove of wisdom now in our hands, should you suspect a silent skirmish with gluten brewing within, the call to action is clear. Sidestep the gluten trap in your daily fare and steer your dietary ship away from the murky waters of fructose and gluten, charting a course towards healthful shores. Part 6. Antibiotics and toxins. A double-edged sword in modern healthcare. We live in an age where Alexander Fleming's serendipitous tryst with penicillin revolutionized the course of medicine. Antibiotics, lauded as the knights in shining armor, have undeniably been a boon to humankind, snatching countless lives from the jaws of deadly infections. Yet in this tale of triumph, there looms a shadow, a caveat of our times. We have ensnared ourselves in a web of antibiotic overuse, one that threatens to unravel the very fabric of our health. Consider this. In the span of a single year, doctors across the United States penned a stunning 258 million courses of antibiotics, far surpassing the nation's total population. Even more astonishing is the knowledge that many of these prescriptions were for viral foes such as the common cold, against which antibiotics wield no power. Our tale of excess does not end within the confines of medical practices. It stretches out to the pastures and pens of our livestock, where antibiotics are dispensed not as shields against disease, but as tools to fatten healthy animals. This agricultural overindulgence plays its part in breeding bacterial resilience, pushing these microscopic entities to evolve into formidable nemeses, impervious to the drugs once considered their conquerors. Witness the saga of the Staphylococcus aureus bacteria, now garbed in armor against a litany of common antibiotics, transforming them into harbingers of infections that dare to defy our medicinal arsenal. And it is not just the rise of superbugs that beckons our attention. Antibiotics, in their indiscriminate crusade, can devastate the gut's microbiome, the very cornerstone of our well-being, giving rise to conditions where malevolent bacteria pillage and colonize the ruins left in the wake of their ostensible protectors. But antibiotics are not the sole actors in this drama. A cavalcade of environmental chemicals marches beside them. Picture the United States, where a mere fraction of the myriad approved chemicals have withstood the rigors of safety testing. Among these rogues stands bisphenol A, or BPA, a chameleon first introduced as a panacea for hormonal afflictions and a catalyst for livestock growth. Yet, it soon disclosed its sinister potential to ignite cancer, driving its expulsion from the pharmacopoeia. The twist in BPA's tale materializes in the mid-20th century. Reborn as a pillar in plastic manufacturing, it infiltrates our daily lives, from the mundane notebook to the innocuous thermal receipt. Scientists now unveil that BPA's reach extends beyond hormonal disruption, harboring the ominous capability to alter the very landscape of our gut microbiota. This narrative urges us to tread a fine line as we wield the double-edged swords of antibiotics and technology, to heed the calling of balance and vigilance as we sculpt the future of global health and personal well-being. Part 7. Embracing Ancient Wisdom for Modern Health, the Power of Fermented Foods and Fasting. The connection between tradition and health goes back millennia, with practices that have stood the test of time and are still recommended for a life of vitality. Enter the world of fermented foods, not just a culinary delight, but also a keystone of wellness, spanning continuous cultures across history. Yes, we're talking about the kinds of foods and drinks steeped in tradition, from the tang of sauerkraut to the creamy swirl of yogurt, and the robust pour of a good wine to the soothing sip of black tea. Fermentation is an age-old natural phenomenon, a culinary alchemy where sugars are ushered along a transformative journey by yeast or bacteria, to arrive as alcohol, carbon dioxide, or organic acids. A notable star in this microbial cast is lactic acid fermentation, the process by which sugar morphs into lactic acid, enriching foods with probiotics, extending their shelf life, and barricading them against the siege of spoilage and malicious bacteria. Within the yogurty depths of fermented milk, one finds a bastion of health: unsweetened yogurt. Subjected to the marvels of lactic acid fermentation, it becomes a vessel of friendly bacterial strains that bestow upon us gifts of enhanced vitamin absorption, reduced inflammation, and a purged gut from pathogens. These microorganisms, when consumed as part of fermented foods, integrate seamlessly into our systems with all the grace and efficiency that supplements might struggle to match. Our bodies are primed to receive and utilize these probiotics in their most natural state, as dietary components. Then there is the practice of fasting, a time-honored tradition shrouded in the sanctity of spiritual texts and ancient wisdom. The art of fasting, whether through caloric titration or temporary abstinence, is a path walked by many in search of health redemption. The boons of fasting are vast: a fine-tuning of insulin sensitivity, an ushering in of weight loss by flicking the metabolic switch to prioritize fat burning, and even a deceleration of the aging process. But perhaps, most intriguingly, fasting cultivates a fertile terrain for our gut bacteria, calibrating their populations to favor longevity over decline. Studies point to the recalibration of our bacterial landscape under the reign of fasting, nurturing the strains linked to life's extension, while curtailing those harbingers of a mortal countdown. In fasting, as with fermented foods, we find an echo of ancient rituals reverberating through modern life, offering a key to unlock a boundless domain of health and well-being. Part 8. Spice up your life: the healing power of turmeric and coconut oil. Imagine unlocking a treasure trove of health benefits simply by indulging in your favorite dishes. If you're a fan of the aromatic flair of a spicy curry, you're in luck, as you've already enlisted turmeric, a powerful ally in your culinary brigade. A seasoned veteran in Chinese and Indian kitchens, turmeric has long transcended the role of mere condiment, weaving its golden hue into the fabric of traditional healing. It's a master of disguise, doubling as a potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant agent. Turmeric doesn't just stop at infusing your meals with vibrant color and flavor. It's in the business of bolstering your brain's capacity to birth new cells. The West arrived late to the turmeric party, only relatively recently tapping into its potential. But scientific curiosity is now aflame. At its heart lies curcumin, the spice's crown jewel. Known for its positive influence on blood sugar stabilization and its dance with glucose metabolism, an essential function for the sustenance of bodily equilibrium. For those who might shy away from the lure of curry, fear not. Curcumin and turmeric supplements stand ready to embrace you, offering the very essence of the spice's benefits in a concentrated form. Complementing this golden powerhouse is coconut oil, a versatile virtuoso of the superfood world. Blessed with mighty anti-inflammatory prowess, it's a beacon of hope in the monumental struggle against neurological ailments. Alzheimer's disease, the specter of memory and cognition, may have met its match in the remedial embrace of coconut oil. Integrating this tropical elixir into your diet can be as simple as trading your traditional canola oil for coconut oil's savory kiss in your cooking, or by partaking in a daily ritual of savoring 1 to 2 teaspoons of its unadulterated form. Amidst the labyrinth of supplements claiming a market share, turmeric and coconut oil shine as beacons of natural wellness. If your quest for health carves a path through nature's bounty, these two wonders may just chart the course towards vibrancy, healing, and a kitchen well stocked with the essence of life's zest. Final summary. Step into a world where the crux of your health may lie in an unexpected place, the bustling ecosystem within your gut. It's not just about discomfort or minor digestive issues. This complex environment offers clues to resolving some of today's most pressing health challenges. The scales of obesity, the cloud of diabetes, and the mysteries of neurological conditions, like dementia and autism spectrum disorder, might all find their roots entangled in the health of our gut microbiome. The narrative doesn't end with identifying the problem. It's about actionable solutions within your reach. The power of change resides on your plate and in your daily routine. A culinary pivot towards probiotics. The guardians of gut health found in fermented foods like yogurt, sauerkraut, and kefir can guide your microbiome towards harmony and vitality. This is more than a dietary shift. It's a holistic embrace of gut health as the cornerstone for a healthier, more vibrant you. By nurturing your gut with the right foods, you're not just appeasing hunger. You're charting a course towards comprehensive well-being, reinstating balance where it's been lost, and fortifying your body's natural defenses. So listen to your gut. It's not only telling you what it needs, it's revealing the secrets to your overall health. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.